Till you hear me so loud and clearly, this is the last time you'll ever hear from me.
Hi there guys, welcome to Jonesy's vlog. So reacting to Saturday's 1-0 defeat to Cardiff, I think the ultimate emotion from my point of view was frustration really. You know, I think you look at, obviously stats really don't matter in the game, but possession wise we were dominant, we had more chances, although chances were few and far between. And the way we played through the game, it was one of those where you come away thinking, how have we not at least got a draw? I mean, I think we did enough to win, but you know, at least to get a draw out of it. But then again, you know, each side had one major chance. We had Ross Barkley in the first half, who, you know, 99 times out of 100 he's going to slot that away easy peasy. But you know, on this occasion, you know, whatever was going through his head, he managed to you know, to hit the ball back to the keeper, and it was an easy save for him. Cardiff get their one major chance in the game, and they take it, which, you know, I suppose that shows why they're top of the league. You know, it was a bad mistake from Sam Byram, the young lad. You know, he's his first major mistake of the season really. You know, I'm not going to slate him for it. It was a bad mistake, he knows that, everyone knows that. But you know, you learn from your mistakes, and you know, in the future when he's in that situation again, he's going to hit the ball straight out of play, which is what we all thought he would have done. You know, probably slightly lucky that he had to clear it straight to Craig Bellamy, but you know, you have to get your luck, and you know, when you're top of the league, that's what happens. You know, you grind the results out. Also, I just want to make one thing clear. Over the weekend, I managed to get quite a lot of stick on Twitter from some Cardiff fans over a tweet that I made. Now this tweet was sent sort of 10-15 minutes after full time. You know, frustrated with how the game had gone, frustrated we hadn't got anything from the game, and I was quite annoyed with how some of the Cardiff players were acting throughout the game with time wasting. So obviously, you know, I was caught up in the heat of the moment. I sent a tweet out. I think I said something about Cardiff fans must be happy cheating their way through games and happy enough playing crap football. Obviously, I didn't mean that. You know, they didn't play crap football. I mean, I must admit, I didn't see from them what I was expecting as a top table team. You know, they really had to grind that result out. But then again, that is signs of a top team, really. You know, grinding those 1-0 results out. But you know, a lot of their passing was going quite wayward. They weren't creating many chances, so I didn't think they were that decent really. I thought we were the better side on the day, but they were time wasting really from the first half. You know, whenever a free kick was given for Leeds United, they were all either holding the ball, blatantly kicking the ball away. I mean, when Marshall handled the ball when it was a pass back, you know, he hoofed the ball downfield, and quite rightly, you know, he did get booked for it. But I think that Mike Dean could have booked a few more of their players throughout the game for time wasting. I mean, it was pretty much every single time a free kick was given, they were keeping the ball back from Leeds, and like I say, blatantly, you know, kicking the ball away, not just tapping it away, you know, really booting it sort of to the other half of the field. And it was just, for me, it was really frustrating. Obviously, the way the game was going, that was making me more frustrated with it. And I did feel a lot of their players were falling over very easily for some of their free kicks. And then of course we should have had a penalty towards the end. So I didn't mean that Cardiff were cheating the way through the game. I'm not saying that that's why they won because of cheating. You know, they won because they were quite solid in defence. They ground out the result. They took the chance. So you know, you can't really you know, blame them for that. So yeah, I had a lot of abuse from Cardiff fans on Twitter about that. So yeah, it was made in the heat of the moment, guys. So I apologise for that. So back to the game. You know, covered Cardiff point of view. From our point of view, I mean, especially first half, you know, it was a lot better than what we'd seen in recent weeks, especially in the Championship. I mean, the last game against Bristol was really poor. You know, getting the result was good, yes, fair enough, but the performance was so poor. I feel performance-wise was slightly better. It's clear to see that there's still problems there in the side. Still questioning Neil Warnock's lineup choice and team selections. You know, still Austin and Brown in the centre of midfield, which for me just, it doesn't work at all. They're just two completely different players. I mean, for me actually, Michael Brown didn't do too bad for me on Saturday. I thought he had quite a solid game. But you know, Austin, his passing is just all over the place really. Whenever he gets the ball in central midfield, you don't know what the hell he's going to do with it, whether he's going to have some wayward shot or not manage to pick someone out with a pass. You know, we've got Paul Green on the bench, we've got Michael Tongue on the bench, we've got David Norris on the bench. Why these aren't being picked over those two players, it really baffles me, to be honest. And you know, the substitutions, I mean, he only made the one substitution. I mean, I'd have made all three. You know, as soon as that Cardiff goal had gone in, I'd have taken Austin off straight away, brought on Tongue or Norris or Green possibly. But you know, to only make that one substitution, and let's be honest, I mean, I don't want to judge so quickly from an unknown player and who only played, what was it, 15 minutes or something. But Habib Habibou looked really, really amateurish for me. He seemed like, well, he's pretty much like a rabbit caught in car headlights. He didn't seem to take to the occasion. I mean, he maybe had 4 touches and they all managed to go wayward. He didn't seem to get in control of the ball. He seemed scared to jump or head the ball. His running seemed very slow, somewhat robotic. But you know, that's just his first 15 minutes for the club, so I don't want to judge him just on that. But I mean, so far it's looking like a bit of a damp squib really, that loan transfer. I mean, the rest of the team, again, I mean, I've said it the past few weeks, I thought Peltier had a really decent, strong game at centre-back, along with Tom Lees. I think McCormack did really well up front. You know, he was running. I mean, he didn't have too many clear-cut chances, obviously, but I thought, you know, he was making a lot of effort, making a lot of ground up, and clearly, you know, he was pumped and wanted to you know, impress against his former employers. And really past that, I mean, I think AD White had a very poor game at left back. Luke Varney was non-existent again after a decent performance against Tottenham. And you know, it still shows that even after the transfer window and the few signings we've made, there's still so much change that needs to be there in the squad. Obviously, Steve Morrison is yet to come back from injury. Hopefully, he should be playing against Wolves this weekend. Hopefully, that might bring something else into the squad. I mean, I'd definitely bring him straight in and play him and McCormack up front. I would go 4-4-2. I'd probably rest Diouf, because I mean, he's been playing a long string of matches now, so I'd probably drop him. Definitely bring Paul Green and either Norris and Tongue into the midfield. So like I say, you know, there's obviously still changes there needed. You know, I am trying to take some positives from the performance. You know, it was definitely a step up. You know, we were playing the top of the table team there, and I did see slight improvement on the past few league games. But you know, my worries, as I said in the video last week after the Tottenham game, again, we can't seem to take that cup performance into the league, which is really disappointing. I mean, no idea why it happens. Only the players can really answer that one. So you know, it was a very, very frustrating day, quite disappointing. But we look ahead to Wolves away on Saturday. I think that should be a cracking match. I think we've probably got a decent chance here. You know, Wolves not really on a great run. I think they're still looking for their first win under Dean Saunders as manager. So it's probably a good time to be playing them. Like I say, if we can get Morrison back into that squad, change things around a bit, hopefully Warnock will do that anyway, and you know, get a decent 3 points there and just see where it goes really. I'm not wanting to make any predictions for the rest of the season now, because it really is a case of anything could happen. So it's just a take it by, you know, game by game. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Both Cardiff and Leeds United fans. You know, I've tried to be fair here. I know I you know, like I say, I caused some anger with that tweet after the game, but you know, I didn't want to cause any controversy really. So yeah, Leeds fans, Cardiff fans, let me know your thoughts on the game, thoughts for the rest of the season. And yes, I will probably speak to you. I might actually speak to you just before the Wolves game. I've got a different video in the pipeline that I'm hoping will work. But failing that, I will be speaking to you after the Wolves game on Saturday. So as always, let me know what you think on here or on my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will speak to you very soon.